Looks like someone has joined. Are you guys finding your way over to the new stream? Right. Those of you who are on this one, because the last one got, I got booted out. I would love to know who is here. Al, Joan, I know I heard from you. Did you make it over here? Good morning, Donna. Were you able to find this one? This isn't the link that I sent out. Hi, Robin. Sorry, guys. I know that this isn't the link that I sent out. I had to restart. Okay, awesome. I think that I'm going to include instructions about that next time, just in case this happens again with the email that I sent out. But please bear with me for just a moment. I'm going to try to send an email out really quick. Just checking to make sure that we're still here. Okay, hi guys. I'm sending out an email with the new link just for those who haven't been able to find the new stream. Okay, so bear with me, give me a minute, and we'll get started very soon. Good to be here with you. Okay, looks like you guys are finding me. Fantastic. Ugh, man. Sorry about that. I don't know why it got canceled for inappropriate content, but we're back now. Let me just, I sent out an email. I liked out there for a minute. Oh, I'm so inappropriate. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I'm just a rebel. I'm a rebel. That's why YouTube canceled my first class. Okay. I'm going to wait another minute or so just to make sure that people who are confused that the link isn't working, so like have an opportunity to get in. And next time I'm just going to include information probably about, it's like, hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check in, it's like, to come to my YouTube channel at this time. I think that that'll be a little bit more streamlined. So you shouldn't have to, Raquel, since it's through YouTube. I'm not sure if I know your question. This isn't through Zoom, so I don't think that you should have a problem at all. Oh, the workshop this evening. I don't think that that's related to your capacity. I think that it's only when you host, but I would certainly look into that. I think that it just matters on the person who's hosting the class or workshop. We'll have the capacity on our end through Love Story Yoga. So I think that you should be totally fine, Raquel. But I'll check to make sure. Ah, okay, Katya says it's only when you host. Okay, fantastic. So we have an answer. Awesome. Yes, Amy has confirmed that. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. And I know we're starting a little bit late. I'll probably wait until 8:05 just to make sure that everyone who would like to be here has an opportunity to get in. Just so you know, the first class was canceled for inappropriate content. So we're back on. I'm excited to be here with you and excited to practice today. Things that would be really helpful for your practice this morning are maybe a couple of blocks, but we won't be using them explicitly. We'll mostly be working on a couple of arm balances. It'll be fun. Okay. And I think that I am going to call it. Let's get rolling all. Yep, let's get rolling. We better do it. Come to your mats and I'll come to mine. Stand tall at the top edge of your mat. Bring your feet and legs all the way together. Stand in Tadasana. And then stand tall, lengthen through your spine. We'll take a couple rounds of Rajaiah Pranayama. Inhale deeply to prepare. Exhale, empty out completely. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same pace. Inhale. And exhale. All right. Half Surya Namaskara. Inhale, lift your arms up over your head. Reach up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Look forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up. Join your palms. Urdhva Namaskarasana. Exhale, lower your arms by your side. Stand tall, Tadasana. Full Surya Namaskara. A. Inhale, lift your arms up over your head and reach up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Look forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or hop back and lower down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, curl your chest up, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly with control. Point your feet, slide your forearms forward, come into Sphinx. Then interlace your fingers. Inhale here. Exhale, curl your toes under, lift your hips up, coming into forearm plank. Inhale, lower your hips back down, point your feet, broaden through your chest. Exhale, curl your toes under, lift your hips up, forearm plank. 2 more times. Inhale, hips down, point your feet, broaden through your chest. Exhale, curl your toes under, lift your hips up. And last time, inhale, hips down, point your feet, broaden through your chest. Exhale, curl your toes under, lift your hips up. Then lower your hips down, point your feet, and slide your chest down, bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Inhale, curl your chest up, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower your chest back down, curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale deeply here. On your exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Come into a standing forward bend at the back of your mat. Bring your feet and legs all the way together to touch. Bend your knees, lower your hips all the way down to your heels. Allow your heels to lift up as much as needed to get your hips all the way down. Widen your knees, outer hip width distance apart. Then stretch your arms forward. Bring your torso between your inner thighs and take a breath in Malasana. Inhale, look up towards your hands. Hook one arm at a time across the fronts of your shins. Lay your palms well, spread your fingers. Lift your hips up, rock your weight forward into your hands, claw the floor with your fingertips, press down into the floor and puff your spine up between your shoulder blades. Then look forward, send your chest forward, look toward the front edge of your mat. And for this first one, if you feel ready, you can come into the full pose. But all I'm going to ask you to do is start to alternate lifting one foot and then the other. And keep on pressing down into the floor, puffing your spine up. We're just starting to initiate some of these Bakasana actions that we'll be using in a lot of the arm balance that we're doing today. Okay, and then bring your feet back down if they're up. Bring your inner thighs into touch. Bring your heels down to the floor. Heel toe your feet out, hip width distance apart, and crawl your hands back to the top of your mat. Adho Mukha. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Take one more inhale here. On your exhale, bend your knees and walk or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, draw your gaze forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold down over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up and join your palms, Urdhva Namaskara. Exhale, lower your arms down by your sides, stand tall, Tadasana. With your feet and legs together, place your hands on your hips. Bend your right knee, turn your right leg out for a Vrikshasana, tree pose. Lift up through the muscles of your left leg, lengthen through your spine, and find one point to gaze at. Lift your right foot up, clasp your ankle, place the sole of your right foot up high on your inner left thigh. Join your palms together at the center of your chest. And then stretch your arms up over your head. Draw from your left foot all the way up into your hips, from your hips up through your fingertips. That's it. One more inhale here, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, bring your palms down to the center of your chest. Lower your right leg down and lower both arms down by your sides. Place your hands on your hips. Bend your left knee, turn your left leg out. Lift up through the muscles of your right leg, lengthen through your spine. Then find one point to gaze at. Lift your left foot up, clasp your ankle, place the sole of your left foot up high on your inner right thigh. Join your palms together at the center of your chest. And draw from your right foot into your hips, from your hips up through the crown of your head, and stretch your arms up over your head. And take another breath here. Stay strong. One more inhale. On your exhale, bring your palms down to the center of your chest. Lower your left leg down and lower both arms down by your sides. Surya Namaskara B-ish. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees, reach down toward the floor. Inhale, lift your chest and arms up, Utkatasana. Then sit a little bit deeper, shift a little more weight into your heels, and inhale, reach up again. And 2 more times, sit a little deeper. Inhale, reach up a little bit higher. Yep. And 1 more time, sit deeper. And then try to lift your chest, your arms up 1 more time. Keep your legs strong as you lower your torso down, your belly down to touch your thighs. Clap your hands together. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers. Look over the tops of your hands. Keep hugging your inner thighs in. Inhale, reach forward, stretch. Then either use your hands or not to sit all the way down. Lean back, bring your shins parallel to the floor, and stretch your arms parallel to your shins. Keep your big toes together, widen your knees apart, draw your arms inside your inner thighs, hug your knees back, and point your palms out in the direction that you're facing. Come into Bakasana Navasana. Inhale, come into Navasana. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, Navasana. And exhale, Bakasana Navasana. Let's do that same thing one more time. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, Navasana. And exhale, Bakasana Navasana. Now this time around, clasp your big toes with index, middle finger, and thumb. Keep the balance on your hips, your coccyx, and start to stretch your legs out into a V. They don't have to get all the way straight. The more important thing is that you keep your balance on your hips. One more breath. Okay, and then bring the inner edges of your feet back together. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Bakasana Navasana. Either clasp your toes again or don't clasp, but do the same thing with your legs. Yeah, okay. One more breath where you are. And bring the inner edges of your feet back together. Come into Navasana. Cross your shins. Step or hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, curl your chest up, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Inhale, lift your right leg up toward the ceiling, three-legged down dog. Exhale, hug your right knee to your right armpit, curl it in forward toward plank. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way back up. Exhale, right knee to right nostril. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way back up. Exhale, right knee to upper left arm, come across your body. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg back up. And right knee to right armpit. Inhale, stay. And exhale, stay. Inhale, swoop your right leg through and up to three-legged down dog. Exhale, place your right foot all the way between your hands. Spin your left heel in and down and come up into warrior one. Good. And either keep your gaze forward or draw your gaze up and join your palms. Anchor through your left heel. Draw from your left heel all the way up to your fingertips. And see if you can bend your right knee a little bit deeper. Last inhale here, reach up. Then bring your palms down to the center of your chest. Lay your belly down onto your right thigh. Spin your left heel up. Drag your left foot in until your weight is fully on your right foot. And come up into warrior three. Stretch back through your left heel. And stretch forward through the crown of your head. Keep knitting your ribcage in and up. Stay strong here. Strong and steady. Okay. Now, from here, slowly bend your right knee and come back into a lunging position. And then from here, place your fingertips just in front of your toes. Hop your left foot in a little. Spin your left heel in and down. A really narrow angle for Parsvottanasana. Place your hands on your hips and lift your torso up. Then straighten your right leg. And either clasp opposite elbows behind your back or bring your hands into reverse prayer, Paschima Namaskara. Slide your hands up. Draw the fronts of your shoulders and your elbows back. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, look up slightly. Exhale, bring your torso down until it's parallel to the floor. Keep your legs really strong. Hug your outer hips in toward one another. Then ground down through both feet. Draw from your kneecaps all the way up into your hips. Now, if you're feeling like you can take a little deeper stretch and your belly is close to your right thigh, round from your middle back to your upper back and draw your face down toward your shin. Couple more breaths here. Starting to work the stretch in the back of your right leg, getting into your hamstrings and calf muscles. Then inhale, look forward, lengthen through your spine, come all the way back up. Release the clasp behind your back, bend your right knee, lay your palms down onto the floor and step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, curl your chest up, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lift your left leg up toward the ceiling, three-legged down dog. Exhale, hug your left knee to your left armpit, curling in forward. Inhale, lift your left leg all the way back up. Exhale, left knee to left nostril. Inhale, lift your left leg all the way back up. Exhale, left knee to upper right arm. Inhale, lift your left leg all the way back up. And left knee to left armpit. Inhale, stay. And exhale, stay. Inhale, swoop your left leg through and up to three-legged down dog. And then on your exhale, place your left foot all the way up between your hands. Spin your right heel and down and rise up for Virabhadrasana 1. Either keep your gaze forward or draw your gaze up and join your palms. Anchor through your right heel and draw from your right heel all the way up to your fingertips. Maybe even bend your left knee a little deeper. Then bring your palms to the center of your chest. Lay your belly down onto your left thigh. Spin your right heel up. Drag your right foot in until your weight is fully on your left foot and come straight up into Warrior 3. Your left leg strong. Stretch back through your right heel. Stretch forward through the crown of your head and knit your ribcage in and up slightly. Good. And then slowly bend your left knee. Guide the ball of your right foot back down. Come into a lunge or your fingertips down to the floor. Hop your right foot in a little. Then spin your right heel in and down at a really narrow angle. Place your hands on your hips. Lift your torso upright. And straighten your left leg. Either clasp opposite elbows behind your back or bring your palms together. Slide your hands up into reverse prayer. Draw the fronts of your shoulders and your elbows back. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, look up slightly. Exhale, draw your torso down until it's parallel to the floor. And to stabilize through your legs, hug your outer hips in toward one another. Your sitting bones in toward one another. Ground down through both feet. Lift up through your calf muscles. Draw from your kneecaps all the way up through the fronts of your thighs. Now, if this is plenty of stretch, give yourself permission to stay here. If your belly is close to your left thigh, you want a little deeper stretch. Round from your middle back to your upper back and draw your face down toward your shin. Couple more breaths here. Okay, I'll inhale, look forward, lengthen through your spine, lift your torso all the way up. Release the clasp behind your back, you can shake it out. Bend your left knee, bring your hands down to the floor, step back to plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, curl your chest up, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale deeply. On your exhale, walk your hands back to your feet and come into a standing forward bend at the back of your mat. Then heel toe your feet all the way together until they're touching. Bend your knees, lower your hips all the way down to your heels. Widen your knees apart. Stretch your arms forward again, coming into Malasana. Take another breath here. Again, acclimating your body to this shape. And then begin to walk your hands back. Bring your inner thighs into touch. Bring your hands behind you and guide yourself to a seated position. Okay, for this next piece, we're going to do a little multitasking. You stretch your legs forward. Bring your legs into a V. Make sure that your spine is really upright. If you feel like your spine is rounding back, sit up on a block or sit up on something so that you can stay upright. Bring your hands to the inner edges of your thighs and then start to walk forward just as much as you can. Keep your legs strong. And stretch in Upavishta Konasana. As you do so, look in this direction. I'm going to give you some tips for Bakhasana. We're going to come after that pose again. So Bakhasana, the main important things, and some of you have heard this a lot, but it's like, so I apologize that you're hearing it again, but I feel like even if you hear the same things again, it's like something new. It's like you catch something new every single time. So for success in Bakhasana, once you have your weight in your hands, there are two things that put the brakes on and help to hold you in position for a good length of time. The thing one is clawing the floor with your fingertips. Thing two is pressing down and puffing your spine up between your shoulder blades. All right. So this helps also because you actually need some more forward momentum. In order to get my forearms to stack, the elbows to stack over the wrists, I have to send my chest forward. So I'm going to look forward, send my chest forward until it feels like my weight is in my fingertips. And I'll claw the floor more with my fingertips and puff my spine up more to hold me in position so I don't fall forward. Now, if you want to work the straight arm form of the pose, you'll send your chest forward and through, lower your hips down, and drag your palms back. Okay, so one of those. From Upavishta Konasana, start to walk your hands back in, Cross your shins and come into downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Come into a standing forward bend at the back of your mat. Bring your feet and legs all the way together to touch. Bend your knees, lower your hips all the way down to your heels. Widen your knees, outer hip width distance apart. Stretch your arms forward and bring your torso between your inner thighs and take a breath here. Then inhale, look up between your hands. Hook one arm at a time across the fronts of your shins. Lay your palms down well. Spread your fingers. Lift your hips up high. Rock your weight forward into your hands. Claw the floor with your fingertips. Press down into the floor. Puff your spine up. Then send your weight forward, your chest forward, until it feels like your weight is in your fingertips. To keep yourself in balance, claw the floor more with your fingertips. Puff your spine up more. Maybe even work your arms a little straighter. Chest forward and through, hips down. Drag your palms back. Chest forward and through. Drag your palms back. And then lower your feet all the way back down. Bring your inner thighs into touch. Bring your heels down to the floor. Heel toe your feet out, hip width distance apart. Clasp your big toes with index, middle finger, and thumb. Inhale, straighten your arms and stretch your chest forward. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Take one more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straighten your arms and stretch your chest forward. And crawl your hands to the top of your mat. Come back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Take one more inhale here. On your exhale, bend your knees and walk or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, draw your gaze forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold down over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend your knees, come up, Utkatasana. Then exhale, stand tall, Tadasana. And at the top of your mat with your feet and legs together, place your hands on your hips. Bend your right knee. This time, lift your right thigh up. Stretch your right arm inside your right thigh. Clasp your right big toe. Lift your torso upright again. Then stretch your right leg forward just as much as you can. Doesn't have to get all the way straight. Slowly draw your right arm and right leg out to your right. Maybe even stretch your left arm out to your left. Take another breath here. You got it. And draw your right arm, right leg back forward. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Bend your right knee and lower your right foot all the way down. Second side. Bend your left knee. Lift your left thigh up until it's parallel to the floor. Stretch your left arm inside your left thigh. Clasp your left big toe. And lift your torso back up until it's upright. And start to straighten your left leg forward. Just get it as straight as you can. Doesn't have to get all the way straight. Then draw your left arm and left leg out to your left. Stretch your right arm out to your right. Uttita Parshva Hasta Pangushtasana. And this is a big mouthful. And draw your left arm and left leg back forward. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Bend your left knee and guide your left foot all the way back down. With your feet and legs together, inhale deeply. Exhale, bend your knees, reach down toward the floor. Inhale, lift your chest and arms up, Utkatasana. And exhale, sit a little bit deeper, shift a little more weight into your heels. Inhale, curl your chest up, reach up. Okay, 2 more times, sit a little deeper. Shift your weight back into your heels. Inhale, curl your chest up, reach up. And last time, sit a little deeper. Curl your chest up, reach up. Bring your belly down to your thighs, stretch your arms forward, clap your hands together. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, sit as deep as possible. There we go. Either use your hands or not to sit all the way down. One more time, come into Navasana. Inhale here. Exhale, Bakasana Navasana. Bring your knees apart, your arms forward and through. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Bakasana Navasana. Clasp your big toes, stretch your legs into a V. Good. One more time. Bring the inner edges of your feet together. Come into Navasana. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Bakasana Navasana. And either clasp your toes or don't. And again, stretch your legs out. Fantastic. Bring the inner edges of your feet together. Navasana. Cross your shins, step or hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, curl your chest up, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, lift your right leg up toward the ceiling, three-legged down dog. Exhale, hug your right knee to your right armpit, curl it in forward. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way back up. Exhale, right knee to right nostril. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way back up. Exhale, right knee to upper left arm, come across your body. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way back up. One more time, right knee to right armpit. Inhale, stay. And exhale, stay. Inhale, swoop your right leg through and up. Exhale, place your right foot up between your hands and come up into warrior two. Ground down through both feet really firmly. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse warrior. Tip your torso over your left leg and stretch from your right hip all the way out through your right hand. Inhale, come back up through warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose, but bring your hand to the inner edge of your foot. You can bring it to the floor or to a block and stretch your left arm, straight up. And you may stay here. Or those of you who have a bind in your practice and would like to come into the bound version of Parshvakonasana, you may. Take another breath. And now another option here to either stay, to either unwind your arms for Trikonasana or come into bound Trikonasana. If you are coming into the bound form, make sure you're taking it really slow and paying attention to how your legs feel. If you feel pulling, pinching, pains, that means you've gone too far. It's not worth it in this shape. Good. Then bend your right knee. Release the bind if you have it. Reach your right fingertips forward. Come forward and up into half moon pose. Draw from your right foot all the way up into your right hip. Stretch back through your left heel and stretch forward through the crown of your head. Last inhale here. On your exhale, bring your left fingertips down to the floor, square your hips toward the floor, and come into standing split. Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana. If you want to deepen the stretch, walk your hands back, fold your face in. Then walk your hands back forward. Either come straight through Vinyasa or a couple little hops up toward handstand on your way back through Vinyasa. It's an invitation, not an obligation, so keep that in mind. Yeah. Okay, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. So begin to make your way there if you haven't already. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Inhale, lift your left leg up toward the ceiling, three-legged down dog. Exhale, hug your left knee to your left armpit, curling in forward. Inhale, lift your left leg back up. Exhale, left knee to left nostril. Inhale, lift your left leg back up. Exhale, left knee to upper right arm. Inhale, lift your left leg back up. And one more time, left knee to left armpit. Inhale here. Exhale, stay. Good. Inhale, swoop your left leg through and up. Exhale, place your left foot up between your hands and come up into warrior two. Stretch from fingertip to fingertip. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, reverse warrior. Tip your torso over your right leg. Stretch from your left hip out through your left hand. Good. Inhale, come back up through warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose, but bring your hand to the inner edge of your foot for today, either to the floor or block. Stretch your right arm straight up. You might stay right here or wrap your arms underneath and come into a bind. And you might release the bind for triangle pose or start to straighten your left leg slowly for the bound version. And again, don't force this. It's really not worth it. You can actually injure yourself trying to force this shape. So don't do it. Then bend your left knee again. Release the bind if you have it. Stretch your left fingertips forward and come forward and up into half moon pose. Draw from your left foot all the way into your left hip. Stretch your right heel back, crown of your head forward. And breathe. And slowly lower your right fingertips down to the floor, square your hips toward the floor, and come into standing split. Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana. One more breath. Then walk your hands back forward. Either come straight through Vinyasa or a couple hops up toward handstand on your way back through Vinyasa. It's an if and only if. That sounds like a wonderful, fantastic idea, invitation. All right, and Vinyasa to downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And take one more inhale. On your exhale, bend your knees, walk or hop forward and through to sit down. Stretch your legs forward. Bring your legs into a V. So same thing again, fold inside your legs. One last little stretch, and keep your gaze in this direction because we have one more arm balance. Some of you might be able to guess it. It's called Trikonasana. So just so you know, totally fair game to come after Bakasana again if that's where you want to work. If you're coming after Trikonasana, a couple of options. You might want to have your blocks close by. Bring them about hip-width distance apart and behind your heels because you can actually place your hands on blocks. What I would recommend is trying to draw your arms underneath your legs and seeing if you can get your palms flat on the floor. If it's not happening, you'll come out of it, step your heels back to your blocks, and instead bring your hands down to blocks. And I'll show you the rest from here. So I want to start by lifting your heels up away from the floor so the tips of your toes are touching the floor. Then you'll press down and puff your spine up just like Bakasana. I'm also really thinking about keeping my hips lifting up. Now, I'm also going to think thigh master. Hug your inner thighs in toward your arms so they don't slide off of your arms. And as I'm lifting my hips up, puffing my spine up, hugging my thighs in, then I'll straighten my legs just as much as I can in Trikonasana. Even if you get your feet off the floor or are working toward that, that's huge, huge success. Okay, from Upavishta Konasana, cross your shins, come into downward facing dog. And take another breath here. Last inhale. On your exhale, bend your knees and walk or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, draw your gaze forward. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale, rise all the way up, join your palms, stretch up. Exhale, lower your arms all the way down. Okay. So if you think you might use blocks and you have them, place them a little distance away from your heels. Step forward so they're not in the way to start. And then you can go to them if you need them. Fold forward, bring your fingertips in front of your toes. Then work your arms underneath your legs one at a time. You can lift your heels to facilitate working your arms underneath. Then bring your fingertips back behind your heels. Lower your hips down, and as you do so, roll down through your palms to try to get the heels of your palms on the floor. Your palms flat. Then, whether your hands are on blocks or on the floor, lift your heels up and crawl your feet forward so that just the tips of your toes are touching. Press down into the floor, lift your hips up and puff your spine up. Hug your inner thighs into your arms, keeping them in place. Then press down, puff up, lift your hips up, hug your inner thighs in, and then straighten your legs just as much as you can. Again, they don't have to get all the way straight. Hips up, press down, puff up, hug your inner thighs in, stretch forward. Good. And then lower your feet back down. Oh my. And unwind your arms. Place your hands on your hips. Point your elbows up. Look forward. Stand all the way up. Move your blocks out of the way if you have them. Stand tall at the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up, stretch up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees and sit down. And lie down. Okay, so 2 back bends. Say 2 Bunda Sarvangasana is where we'll start. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart on the floor. Pull your buttocks off the floor, low back, middle back, upper back. Either grab the sides of your mat or interlace your fingers underneath your back. And tuck your shoulders a little deeper underneath for a little deeper stretch. Press down through the inner edges of your feet. Hug your inner thighs in. Curl all the way back into your chest. One more inhale. And on your exhale, bring your arms by your sides, lower your hips all the way down. You can do that one more time. Or place your hands underneath your shoulders to come up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Peel your buttocks off the floor, your low back, your middle back, your upper back. And if you're coming all the way up, come up to the crown of your head, stabilize your shoulders, lift your shoulder blades up your back, press down through your feet and your hands to straighten your arms, and come up. Couple more breaths here. Keep your legs strong. Keep breathing. Last inhale. On your exhale, make your way all the way down with control. Stretch your arms by your sides. Bring the soles of your feet together and widen your knees apart in Supta Baddha Konasana. Keep your knees bent. Bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Either keep your legs side by side or you can wrap them up in eagle pose. Draw your legs down to your right for a simple twist. Couple breaths here. Inhale, come back up through center. Draw your legs to your left. And look over your right arm. Inhale, come back up to center. Hug your thighs into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. And take a deep breath. Give yourself a big hug. And slowly release your legs and arms down to the floor. Extend them out fully. And take a couple breaths here. Well, at least take a couple breaths of relaxation. And if you have more time for a longer Shavasana, I encourage you to do that. If you need to be done for now, make your way up to seated position. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. And thank you for your patience with getting this rolling this morning. I learned an important lesson here. I think that for next week for the classes, I'm just going to tell everyone to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that it's easy to find it. And then you'll just go to my YouTube channel at the time that the class starts. It'll be right there. So I think that we can make this a bit more simple and foolproof. So just FYI. Also, I'm teaching a workshop from 3 to 6 today through Love Story Yoga. It's on back bends, and it's going to be really fun. We're going to kind of geek out on the anatomy of back bends too, so I would absolutely love to have you guys there. If you wanted more info or to register, you can go to lovestoryyoga.com. All right, all. Hope to see you again on the mat soon, and take care of yourself. Stay healthy and safe. Love you all so much. Thank you for being here. You rock. Bye-bye for now.